Coming up on our News Live at 7, political ping pong on the question of campaign finance reform, as the chairman of the PLP hits back at the opposition leader over the challenge to release the names of campaign contributors. Not for the average Bahamian. That's how the former Prime Minister describes the investment proposal for the company formed to help transform BPL. The straw vendors struggle. The new cruise port in searing heat blamed for slow summer sales in the downtown tourist craft market. And then in our news at 7:30, a family makes the heartbreaking decision not to retrieve the body of their loved one following a tragic diving accident. We'll tell you why. Welcome to our News Live at 7. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. I'm Jerome Sawyer, sitting in for Condino Knowles. Well, we begin tonight with the latest in a political game of ping pong over campaign finance reform. The latest hit back from PLP Chairman Fred Mitchell insisting he's not playing games. This coming a day after the opposition leader Michael Pintard challenged the PLP to release its campaign donor list. Our Berthany McDermott gets us started tonight.
I'm not, engaging in his sleight of hand, smoke and mirrors, and trying to switch the game on me. That's an old trick. I'm too old a dog to be, falling for that trick.
That was the PLP chairman's response to FNM leader Michael Pintard's challenge for the PLP to make public its donor list from the last election. The challenge from Pintard came after he shot down unsubstantiated claims that he received a $5 million donation from the Grand Bahama Port Authority. Earlier this week, a ZNS North reporter asked Prime Minister Philip Davis about the claim. During that interview, Davis called Pintard a water boy for the GBPA and urged him to say if he received the donation.
The whole question of, is he carrying water for the Grand Bahama Port Authority or is he supporting the Bahamian public? That's the issue. The issue is not who got what donations and who got what money. Because there is a system of donations in the country, and some of those donations are tied to, confidentiality interests. If he wants to do that, that's his business.
Pintard made it clear during a press conference Wednesday that he did not receive any donation from the GBPA. This recent spat between the two parties is thrusting the conversation of campaign financing back into the public eye. We asked Mitchell, who was also the Foreign Affairs Minister, if this is on the government's agenda.
My own personal view is there's no appetite for campaign finance reform in this country because neither side can agree on the terms of disclosure in this country. And that is my personal view. As for the public policy, that's something which my colleagues in the cabinet will have to decide.
Meanwhile, the FNM says a Pintard-led administration would move forward with campaign finance legislation. It was a promise made under the former Minnis administration, but never made it to Parliament. Pintard, along with many of his colleagues, served in that cabinet. We asked him during a press conference Wednesday what would be the difference between the administrations.
We in charge now. We in charge.
Reporting for our news, I'm Berthany McDermott.
Not for the average Bahamian. That's how former Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis describes a proposed public investment in a company formed to transform the ailing power company BPL. Minnis telling our News Today government needs to revisit its New Providence electricity grid reform program by making it easier for Bahamians to invest. That company is Bahamas Island Grid. It's seeking to raise some $30 million in equity from local investors. They're on record seeking to raise that $30 million in equity financing and around $100 million in preferential shares. The monies will go to finance BPL's proposed transformation and distribution network. But Minnis says the investment is just too costly.
It's shameful and disgraceful, and it shows that it demonstrates that the Bahamas, this government has no respect for the Bahamian populace. They've sold the company for $130 million. They've offered a bond offering, $100 million bond offering, and for each share, you're receiving an 8% return. 8% return. But the minimum you can purchase a share for is $50,000. That excludes over 90% of the Bahamian population.
Now, BPL is facing a myriad of issues with frequent power outages, union disagreements, and growing public outrage. Dr. Minnis says it's an insult given what taxpayers are already facing.
They're telling the Bahamians, your only job is to pay the bill. Pay the bill bills so they and their friends can make more money, up to $500 million during the duration of the contract, almost $500 million, while they continue to double, triple our light bill to ensure that their grouping make more money. And we continue to suffer with high electricity bills, high cost of living, and great difficulty in survival.
Over to some crime news now, where a 34-year-old male and 32-year-old female Netherlands couple are behind bars tonight after their Coral Boulevard home was raided by police just yesterday. Drug enforcement officers and police dogs found a stash of magic mushrooms in several jars. Well, a 34-year-old man is also behind bars tonight after he pleaded guilty to possessing 40 pounds of marijuana. Police arrested Edric Newton and Arabella Lightburn after they found drugs during a raid on their home in Salina Point, Acklands, back on August 23rd. Newton pleaded guilty to the charge at his arraignment before Magistrate Raquel Wims. He was jailed for 18 months and fined $15,000. If that fine is not paid, Newton will spend an extra 6 months in prison. Well, Lightburn pleaded not guilty to, and her bail was set at about $9,000. She returns to court on September 13th. The searing heat and the new cruise port blamed for sagging profits this summer in the downtown straw market. Despite record-breaking tourist arrivals, president of the Straw Vendors Advancement Association, Celestine Enius, says they're not feeling the trickle-down profits. She blames the port's control over passengers as well as the sweltering temperatures.
We had a very slow summer, but you know one thing I learned? I learned to give God thanks for whatever comes our way. It could have been worse, and so we say thank you for whatever. One thing we experience in the summer, the building is so hot, and tourists is falling out. The other day I fall out, they had to take me home, where it was so hot. And so I would hope that they would find a way to cool this place down because it's too hot.
Oh, she says the slow sales make for periods of low morale among those vendors at times, but in the midst of these tough times, they are planning for a September celebration.
It's like today, we have 2 ships in the harbor. You can put the camera and you can see there is nobody in the market like that, no tourists. And we have 2 big ships. But you come to work, and so you come and you stay until it's time to go home. We're gonna put some history in this market about how this market was founded, because to be honest with you, the history of the market is not being told. And so we have 25 vendors that we're going to honor that is alive.
Well, just one day before the weekend gets here, but it's never too early to get outdoors. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is standing by in the Weather Centre with a first look at temperatures on the outside. Greg?
Yeah, thanks, Jerome, and a happy Thursday evening, everybody. Good to see you on the desk this evening, Jerome. 86 degrees is our current temperature outside our studios under partly cloudy skies. We will call it humid. Your wind's out of the east at 13 miles per hour, so we have a bit of a breeze out there, but it still feels like a very warm 96 degrees on the outside. Temperatures around the islands right now, it's 84 in Freeport, 83 in Marsh Harbour, Abaco, Alistown, Bimini, 84 there. We got 85s in Great Harbour Key, Governor's Harbour. Pair of 86s in Nicholstown, Andros here in the capital. Central Bahamas, more temperatures in the mid-80s, 85s, Kemps Bay, Georgetown, and in Coburn Town, San Salvador. Arthurstown, Cat Island, and Deadman's Key, 84s, and into the southeast Bahamas. More 85s in Duncantown, Ragged Island, Colonel Hill, Crooked Island, Delectable Bay, Abrahams Bay. Matthewtown, Inagua, 87, and our neighbors to the southeast, Turks and Caicos Islands, you got a current temperature of 87 degrees at this hour as well. Upper level dip in the jet stream, or an upper level trough, and an upper level low that's spinning just to the north of the Bahamas, destabilizing our atmosphere. So we got a lot of showers and unsettled weather across the area. Some of those showers are now moving into the Florida area, but we will continue to see this trend as that upper level low continues to destabilize our atmosphere. We're looking for more showers and thunderstorms in the forecast tonight, tomorrow, and it looks as though this will last into Saturday. That's your first look at weather, a look at the tropics, and your extended forecast is still to come.
And still to come on Our News, how much do you really know about Alzheimer's? An organization dedicated to raising awareness gets ready for a public education campaign. But first, 10th year seniors reports on sprint hurdles and the 200-meter heat action for Team Bahamas at the World Athletics Under-20. And in world news, what the FBI investigation is now revealing into the motives of the shooter in the failed assassination attempt of former President Donald Trump. That's coming up when our news returns.
Are you ready for the stormy season? Don't wait until the storm clouds gather. Contact the experts at Alive Business today and let us help you prepare for this hurricane season. For a limited time only, you can get 50% off our Bahamas Cloud, the ultimate solution to secure your data and communications, ensuring they're accessible even in the worst of weather conditions. Don't let the storm catch you off guard this season. Stay ahead of the game with Bahamas Cloud from Alive Business.
The journey to recovery is often a long one, laced with trials and triumphs, setbacks and successes. Tune into Our Voices, Echoes of Dorian, 5 years of resilience, as we continue the ongoing journey of recovery for Abaco and Grand Bahama. Tune in September 1st at 8 p.m. You don't want to miss it.
Grand Bahama is home to a unique economic arrangement, with that arrangement between government and the Grand Bahama Port Authority under scrutiny as tensions persist.
It's not our direct responsibility to carry out these other things that people think we should be doing.
We need this to be dealt with quicker than quicker and sooner than sooner.
I have a vision for Grand Bahama, and my vision is actually bigger than my grandfather's ever was.
Watch City in Focus, the story of Freeport with Italia Hall, starting August 7th, only on RTV.
When hurricanes and emergencies strike, timely information can save lives. That's why Alive Business brings you bulk SMS messaging, your essential tool for staying informed and safe. Imagine having critical updates and safety tips delivered right to your phone, anytime and anywhere. With bulk SMS messaging, you can send real-time alerts and updates and timely notifications. When every second counts, count on Alive Business bulk SMS messaging. For more information, contact the experts. Bulk up your business and communication with parents, students, and staff in seconds with Alive Business bulk SMS messaging. This is the perfect tool to keep you connected and easily send important updates, event reminders, and emergency alerts. Keep your campus informed and connected with bulk SMS messaging from Alive Business. The right choice for fast, reliable communication. For more information, contact the experts.
Welcome to Our Sports at 7, presented by 10th year seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. That's John Mark Nutt. Let's do show. Keno Burrows and his Raw Talent organization continues to be at the forefront of basketball development. Raw Talent routinely participates in the BBF Summer of Thunder and the Bahama Who Summer League, giving its players additional exposure and opportunities against elite visiting talent.
Getting a chance to play against Division I teams in the summer and compete at that level, for one, the college guys get an opportunity to get film for their pro career, and the high school kids get to feel the level and also get the exposure that they need to one day hopefully make the transition to the United States.
The sprint hurdles and 200 meters headline the actions for Team Bahamas at the World Athletics Under-20 Championships in Lima, Peru. In the 110-meter hurdles, Taj Brown ran a time of 14.28 seconds, placing 5th in Heat 2 and 47th overall. In Heat 5, Tayshawn Robinson placed 9th with a time of 14.69 seconds to finish 61st overall in the event. In the 200-meter, Alexis Roberts ran a time of 24.82 seconds, placing 39th overall in the event. Whenever the NBA schedule is released, we get to pinpoint those dates where Bahamian players face off against each other during the course of the season. Buddy Hield and DeAndre Ayton will face off on opening night as the Golden State Warriors face off against the Portland Trail Blazers on October 23rd. Ayton and the Blazers will host another Bahamian face in a new place when they take on Eric Gordon and the Philadelphia 76ers on December 30th.
That'll do it for Our Sports at 7. Stay tuned to Our News at 7:30 for details on these stories and more.
When we come back from the break, we turn our spotlight on stories making headlines across the world as the FBI investigation into the failed assassination attempt of former President Trump turns up new evidence of the intended target. Plus, top officials of the World Food Organization in Sudan under investigation for fraud and concealing information. And a Jamaican teen killed in a shark attack. We'll have details of those stories when our news returns.
My name is Trevor Williams. I've been a Live Fiber customer since March 2024. The installation process was seamless, effortless, and extremely fast. The gentlemen that came to the installation were very helpful, reliable, very knowledgeable, and the time allocated to do the installation was shorter than the time specified. Yeah, the previous provider I had, I noticed that the internet speed actually had intermittent on the services, so I was very grateful that the live fiber was available in my area. Once I was able to make the switch, my service and everything I needed was satisfied. My favorite feature would actually be being able to add any apps from the Play Store. It's just basically making any dumb TV a smart TV. I do a lot of back-end support, engineering support, helping clients working remotely when I'm from home. The internet is a very important aspect of my job and my life. My name is Trey Williams, and the future is home with a live fiber.
Hey y'all, are you ready to be inspired? I am thrilled to announce that Inspire Her 2024 is coming, and it's going to be bigger and better than ever. Join us at the luxurious Atlantis Hotel Paradise Island on October 10th for an evening filled with inspiration, empowerment, and connection. The evening session promises to offer exclusive networking opportunities and transformative discussion. We invite everyone to attend and to be part of this incredible gathering. Hear from leading women activists, entrepreneurs, CEOs, thought leaders, and more as they share their stories, insights, and wisdom. Tickets are now available for purchase through the Alive Events app. Corporate packages and vendor opportunities are also available, providing a unique platform for businesses to showcase their support and connect with a diverse audience. Grab your girlfriends, mark your calendars for October 10th, and join us at the Inspire Her 2024 Women's Conference. See you there.
This video needs to show us on a different scale. It has to be extra.
What, eh?
Hey, Quay.
Hey, what you saying?
Where you is?
I right here on the bus stop with my friend.
Okay, so we want to shoot this video, and it's gonna be extra.
All right, Jim. I can just come to you. All right. I need you 25 cents no more.
This is our news, and welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. The FBI releasing images of investigation evidence related to the attempted assassination of Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump in Butler, Pennsylvania last month. According to the FBI, gunman Thomas Cooks made a sustained detailed effort, I should say, to attack a large gathering of some kind before deciding to target the Republican presidential candidate. FBI officials said that 20-year-old Thomas Cooks searched more than 60 times for information about the Republican presidential candidate and his then rival, Democratic President Joe Biden, before registering for the Trump rally in early July. The FBI has not yet been able to determine what motivated Cooks to try and assassinate Trump. The UN World Food Program is investigating two of its top officials in Sudan over allegations of fraud and concealing information from donors about its ability to deliver food aid to civilians amid the nation's dire hunger crisis. More in this report produced by Freddie Joyner.
As the United Nations World Food Program struggles to feed millions of people in war-torn Sudan, the humanitarian organization has now launched an investigation into two of its top officials in the country over allegations of fraud and concealing information from donors about its ability to deliver food aid to civilians. That's according to 11 people with knowledge of the investigation. 5 of the sources who spoke to Reuters say investigators are looking at whether WFP staff sought to hide the alleged role of Sudan's army in obstructing aid amid a brutal 16-month war with a rival paramilitary for control of the country. One of the officials being investigated has since been given a temporary duty assignment outside Sudan, while Reuters could not confirm the current role of the other. When asked about the probe, the WFP said allegations of individual misconduct related to irregularities in pockets of our operation in Sudan are under urgent review by its Inspector General's office. Meanwhile, the U.S. government's aid agency, USAID, the single largest donor to the WFP, said the allegations were deeply concerning and must be thoroughly investigated. Battling severe hunger on many fronts, the World Food Program is currently seeking close to $23 billion in funding to feed millions of people. That includes more than 1 million on the brink of famine, mostly in Sudan and Gaza.
A Jamaican teen is killed in a shark attack while spearfishing off the island's coast. Jamaican police identifying the victim as Jamari Reed, a 16-year-old student at Memorial High School. His mutilated body with his head and hands missing was fished from the sea early Tuesday morning. The fishermen who recovered the body off the coast of a fishing village in northwest Jamaica say they encountered a large shark as they pulled him from the water. Still to come on Our News Today in History, find out interesting facts about the day that was August 29th. And then in Our News at 7:30, a decision no family ever wants to make. A Long Island family decides not to retrieve the body of a loved one who died in a tragic diving accident. And the staff of the Broadcasting Corporation demonstrating over outstanding pay and claims of victimization by the general manager. All that and much more coming up in Our News at 7:30.
As we mark this landmark achievement, I am reminded of the journey that brought us here, a journey characterized by vision, collaboration, perseverance, and not to be forgotten, some sleepless nights. We saw the potential for a sustainable future that could empower our local communities and set a benchmark in the global shift towards renewable energy. The Fairfield site stands as a beacon of potential that highlights what is achievable when we come together for a common cause. The energy produced here will not only power homes and businesses, but it will also power economic growth and provide a cleaner, more sustainable environment for future generations. Here's to a brighter, cleaner, and more sustainable future for all. Thank you.
Are you ready for the stormy season? Don't wait until the storm clouds gather. Contact the experts at Alive Business today and let us help you prepare for this hurricane season. For a limited time only, you can get 50% off our Bahamas cloud, the ultimate solution to secure your data and communications, ensuring they're accessible even in the worst of weather conditions. Don't let the storm catch you off guard this season. Stay ahead of the game with Bahamas Cloud from Alive Business.
The journey to recovery is often a long one, laced with trials and triumphs, setbacks and successes. Tune into Our Voices, Echoes of Dorian, 5 years of resilience, as we continue the ongoing journey of recovery for Abaco and Grand Bahama. Tune in September 1st at 8 p.m. You don't want to miss it.
Grand Bahama is home to a unique economic arrangement, with that arrangement between government and the Grand Bahama Port Authority under scrutiny as tensions persist.
It's not our direct responsibility to carry out these other things that people think we should be doing.
We need this to be dealt with quicker than quicker and sooner than sooner.
On this day in Bahamian history, in 1999, the Bahamas won gold in the women's 4x1 meter relays at the World Championships in Seville, Spain. That gold medal team consisted of Savathita Fines, Chandra Stirrup, Eldis Clark, Pauline Davis-Thompson, and Debbie Ferguson, who won in a world-leading time of 41.92 seconds. With this title, they earned the moniker the Golden Girls. Then, on August 29, 2014, then Prime Minister Perry Christie announced that Cable and Wireless agreed to transfer 2% of the shares back to the Bahamian people. That agreement was finalized. In 2019, then Environment Minister Ramal Ferrer announced government signed an agreement with the Providence Advisors Waste Resources Development Group to privately operate and manage the city dump. It was revealed at the time it would take $130 million to transform the New Providence landfill. And finally, in 2022, the start of the new school year saw 100% face-to-face learning for the first time in 2 years post the COVID-19 pandemic. Finally, an estimated 3,000 people in the Bahamas are diagnosed with dementia or Alzheimer's. That's according to the Bahamas Alzheimer's Association President Wendy Poitier. She believes that number is in fact a lot higher when compared to the real numbers. She believes there are many undiagnosed. Those startling numbers pushing the association to move for more awareness and screening.
We know that if we don't do anything, if we don't take action now, that the number is expected to rise by 2050 by 600% of persons who will be affected, because we see the trend worldwide. Every year, it is estimated that 3 persons per day are diagnosed with Alzheimer's and dementia. So we know here in the Bahamas, those numbers are expected to rise if we don't do anything about it.
Certainly it is a very debilitating disease and something we all want to be more aware of. And to watch that story again and for all of today's top stories, be sure and visit ournews.bs. That does it for Our News at 7. Joining us now is Italia Hall. She's here with all of the latest headlines on this terrific Thursday. Italia.
Jerome, thanks so much and welcome back to the desk.
Yeah.
We've missed you. Thanks so much. Well, coming up, a Long Island family makes a tough decision weeks after a father of 2 drowns in Dean's Blue Hole, plus a major heads of agreement signed to expand the Grand Bahama shipyard. And a BPL union chief says things are getting better at the power company. Here are your latest headlines. First tonight on Our News Live at 7:30, the family of Douglas Mahardy makes a tough decision to not retrieve his body from the Dean's Blue Hole. Our Delvado Emmanuel has the latest coming up. Plus, employees of the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, ZNS, say they are not being treated fairly. We'll tell you all about the demonstration straight ahead. Also, the Bahamas Electrical Workers Union optimistic after a meeting with the Energy Minister. And later, a heads of agreement signed for the redevelopment and expansion of the Grand Bahama shipyard. On Grand Bahama Today, Our News Live at 7:30 is back in a moment.
Energy conservation is the decision and practice of using less energy. Energy efficiency means using less energy to perform the same task. Turning off lights when you leave a room. Unplugging appliances not in use. People conserve to gain more control over their energy bill and to reduce demand on the Earth's natural resources. Bahamas Power and Light Company Limited looks forward to helping our customers eliminate wasted energy. Take this journey with us as we build for better. BPL.
I love my EV. I am Generation E.
I am Generation E.
I am Generation E.
And I am Generation E.
Are you ready for the stormy season? Don't wait until the storm clouds gather. Contact the experts at Alive Business today and let us help you prepare for this hurricane season. For a limited time only, you can get 50% off our Bahamas cloud, the ultimate solution to secure your data and communications, ensuring they're accessible.
Welcome to our news. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Natalia Hall. A Long Island family making the heartbreaking decision to not retrieve the body of a father who drowned in Dean's Blue Hole nearly 3 weeks ago. Douglas McCarty went missing while swimming with family. Days later, a drone found his body 620 feet below sea level. Our Delvado Emmanuel spoke with McCarty's daughter about the tragedy.
Ultimately, we had decided not to retrieve the body, only because we're not comfortable with, we don't want to be responsible for the diver that would still have to go down with the machine, and then ultimately like something happening to him.
50-year-old Douglas McCarty drowned on Saturday, August 14th, while swimming at a location loved by his family, Dean's Blue Hole. It happened the same day he attended a family member's funeral. When we last checked in with officials on the island, McCarty's body was still too deep to retrieve, requiring the intervention of expert divers, a risk his daughter Nakia Headley says the family is unwilling to take.
I think it would take like 30 minutes for him to go down and 5 minutes for the diver to have to come back and decompress. So ultimately we decided not to touch the body in any ways. And then also it wasn't a guarantee that they would be able to bring the body up without it being, disturbed in any way.
The family is now preparing for the next steps as they cope with their profound loss.
But we haven't received the death certificate as yet. To my understanding, the police, the authorities are still waiting on the defense force to send their file to them. And then the police has to attach that file, those pictures, to their report, and then that has to be submitted to coroner's court.
Until then, they're planning on how best to honor their beloved family member.
So we're planning, it's at a site in Long Island by the water. Originally, we had wanted to do it by the Blue Hole, but because of how it's laid out and because it's so many loved ones and stuff, we just decided on hosting it at a site. It's called Junkie Landing. It's kind of already set up.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Delvado Emmanuel.
All right, thanks so much for that update, Delvado. Well, more than 24 ZNS staffers protested outside the station's Rusty Bethel Drive headquarters this morning with senior members from the Bahamas Communication and Public Officers Union. BCPOU President Cherry Benjamin says they're at odds with ZNS General Manager Clint Watson. They say they are fed up with Watson over preferential treatment for certain staffers and the alleged lack of increments as union members chanted, "Pay me what you owe me." Benjamin telling Our News the morale is at an all-time low at ZNS.
He came here, he met the morale at ZNS at an all-time high, and he just sunk it to the bottom of the pits. Not at the pits, to the bottom of the pits, probably below it. He is victimizing staff, telling them that they need to join the winning team because they're on a losing team. You're the general manager. There shouldn't be no team in ZNS. He isn't supposed to have any favorites. He isn't supposed to have any segregation. Everyone is supposed to be one, working for one common goal. And obviously, that's not what he's breeding here.
Watson was appointed to the position in June of 2023. The union's leadership also accuses the corporation's GM of deliberately hindering the resolution of these financial obligations.
Those increments were earned. They are based on productivity. They have not been paid those increments yet. The 2023 to 2024 evaluation period, which the staff should have realized their payments from the 15th of April, that hasn't even started yet. And we've taken the matter to the Department of Labor for conciliation, and we had a meeting on Tuesday. And to show you the lack of respect that he have for the staff at ZNS and for the union, he did not even show up to the conciliation meeting.
Well, when our news team contacted Watson for a comment, he declined and referred us to the minister responsible for broadcasting, Miles LaRota. We received no response from LaRota up to air time. Tensions between the Bahamas Electrical Workers Union and the energy minister seem to be simmering. That's according to the head of the union, Kyle Wilson, who says they recently had a successful meeting and the relationship is on the mend. Our Joshua Williams reports.
Things seem to be heading in the right direction following a meeting between Energy Minister JoBeth Colby Davis and Bahamas Power and Light workers, specifically the Bahamas Electrical Workers Union, now optimistic for the future after the interaction. The union has aired its concerns publicly for months, accusing government of keeping them in the dark regarding BPL's future. Wilson says it's now all in the past.
But now as things are clearing up, the minister has given an assurance to the union that she will answer all the questions in writing that the union has. But to take it a step further, she even started a listening tour here at BPL.
And what's the cause? A 25-year contract with Pi Corporation through its Bahamian management company Island Grid Solutions for the upgrade and management of the transmission and distribution network. He says Colby Davis assured workers that no jobs would be lost.
What I've been told is that there's hurricane preparedness, hurricane readiness, and some issues with the grid that they needed immediate assistance on, right? Now, me, I'm pro-Bahamian in many ways, but I don't run the government. I don't see what they could see from their level, and I don't understand what they can see, and it's all about sitting to the table.
He also says the minister met with several departments, specifically the Transport Department and System Control.
She explained to them the training and the upgrades that are going to be given to them, even adding on employees and letting them know there's no fear of job losses, that they're actually looking to even increase the numbers in that department. Immediately she saw issues that could be corrected, and right on the ground she told the COO, I need to start seeing things happen as we speak.
And for Wilson and his team, meetings like this with the Minister of Energy is important in reassuring workers that government is listening to their needs.
They were able to take her into their work environment and give her a full breakdown of what they face, and she was immediately able to action some things based on what she saw there.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
Well, as the Grand Bahama Power Company pushes for a rate hike, Progressive Liberal Party Chairman Fred Mitchell says the island should not be facing blackouts. In recent weeks, the island faced multiple power outages. Residents have since staged 2 protests on the issue. Mitchell has been in Grand Bahama for the past few days looking at multiple issues facing the community.
There should be, in an island which has this much wealth and development, there should be a redundant capacity in the power system. And we should not be in Grand Bahama suffering blackouts as they are in other parts of the Bahamas.
Now, while Grand Bahama faces power challenges, New Providence and other family islands have also been plagued with power outages and high bills. The Fox Hill MP says it seems there is an issue of reserve capacity in Grand Bahama.
I'm told that there is not sufficient reserve capacity in the power company. In particular, there may be a shortage of transformers, so people are on pins and needles, that if something happens which requires a transformer, Grand Bahama will again be an issue.
Still on Grand Bahama, this as the island's main healthcare facility, the Rand Memorial Hospital, getting a major upgrade this week. Health officials gathering to commission its new special pathogens unit and rehabilitation center. The modular units were installed months ago. However, there were some mechanical challenges. Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Michael Darville says there are some challenges at the hospital with the Accident and Emergency Center, and the new units will help with managing the patient load.
A few weeks ago, I was in Grand Bahama with the technical team from the PHA looking at some of the challenges in the accident emergency room, and we are pleased to report that we will begin to do some work. I'm sure the managing director, Dr. Roll, will speak because she had discussions with the staff. And so today, it is to open the modular units, the physiotherapy department, and the extension to the accident emergency at the Rand Memorial Hospital.
Public Hospitals Authority Managing Director Dr. Abinit Roll saying more about the repairs.
Beauty of the day really for us in management at a corporate level as well as Grand Bahama is our ability to assist the physicians and the nurses who work so hard in the emergency room to transfer over to the modular units. They will function there as a full emergency room, and you saw the capacity and the ability to service the people in Grand Bahama while we now fix the existing emergency room. And at the same time, should they have issues, because of our ability to deal with infectious diseases, there are spaces there to be able to cohort them and to ensure that we're minimizing any exposure, not only to patients, but also to the employees.
Well, cloudy skies in the capital on this Thursday. Wondering what else we can expect for the rest of the week? Meteorologist Greg Thompson is in the Weather Center with your first look at weather. Greg.
Yeah, thanks again, Natalia, and welcome back, everybody, for a quick check on conditions outside our studios and around the islands. 86 degrees, our current temperature under partly cloudy skies. East winds at 30 miles per hour, so we have a bit of a breeze out there, but it still feels like a very warm and humid 96 degrees on the outside. Satellite and radar composite showing a mass of clouds and scattered showers and thunderstorms across the northwest and central Bahamas, all courtesy of an upper level trough and an upper level low that's spinning just to the north of the Bahamas. Those conditions will continue to persist across our area as that upper level low continues to destabilize our atmosphere. So more showers and thunderstorms in the forecast tonight through tomorrow, and it looks as though this will last in through the weekend. That's a quick check on conditions around the islands. A look at your extended forecast and the tropics still to come.
Still to come on our news, a heads of agreement signed for the redevelopment and expansion of the Grand Bahama shipyard in Grand Bahama. We have the full story when our news returns. Stay with us.
Are you ready for the stormy season? Don't wait until the storm clouds gather. Contact the experts at Alive Business today and let us help you prepare for this hurricane season. For a limited time only, you can get 50% off our Bahamas Cloud, the ultimate solution to secure your data and communications, ensuring they're accessible even in the worst of weather conditions. Don't let the storm catch you off guard this season. Stay ahead of the game with Bahamas Cloud from Alive Business.
The journey to recovery is often a long one, laced with trials and triumphs, setbacks and successes. Tune into Our Voices, Echoes of Dorian, 5 years of resilience, as we continue the ongoing journey of recovery for Abaco and Grand Bahama. Tune in September 1st at 8 p.m. You don't want to miss it.
Grand Bahama is home to a unique economic arrangement, with that arrangement between government and the Grand Bahama Port Authority under scrutiny as tensions persist.
It's not our direct responsibility to carry out these other things that people think we should be doing.
We need this to be dealt with quicker than quicker and sooner than sooner.
I have a vision for Grand Bahama, and my vision's actually bigger than my grandfather's ever was.
Watch City in Focus, the story of Freeport with Italia Hall, starting August 7th, only on RTV.
When hurricanes and emergencies strike, timely information can save lives. That's why Alive Business brings you bulk SMS messaging, your essential tool for staying informed and safe. Imagine having critical updates and safety tips delivered right to your phone, anytime and anywhere. With bulk SMS messaging, you can send real-time alerts and updates and timely notifications. When every second counts, count on Alive Business bulk SMS messaging. For more information, contact the experts. Bulk up your business and communication with parents, students, and staff in seconds with Alive Business bulk SMS messaging. This is the perfect tool to keep you connected and easily send important updates, event reminders, and emergency alerts. Keep your campus informed and connected with bulk SMS messaging from Alive Business. The right choice for fast, reliable communication. For more information, contact the experts.
My name is Atrevi Wood.
A heads of agreement was signed for the redevelopment and expansion of the Grand Bahama shipyard on Grand Bahama this afternoon at the Grand Lucaine Resort. This expansion will include expanded dry docking facilities. The 2 new docks set to be constructed will be capable of servicing large cruise ships. The nation's leader, Prime Minister Philip Davis, says that based on its capacity, the mega ship repair facility will be one of the largest in the world. Now we will have more from that heads of agreement signing in tomorrow's newscast. Well, we're about to enter the fourth quarter of the year, and so far reports show the tourism sector's first quarter finished pretty strong. This as the country saw double digits in cruise and air arrivals. Tonight, we continue our monthly sit-down interview with RF Bank and Trust Executive David Slatter, who reveals although the country performed well for the first half of the year, experts do see a deceleration in the rate of numbers.
The economy of the United States of America is slowing. Some people argue they may be in recession already. If not, there's probably a 50-55% probability of recession in the next 12 months. Of course, if that happens, that feeds into our economy. The IMF expects the Bahamas to grow around 2% a year going into the future. They see the U.S. growing at around 2.2% over that period. So either way, slowing economic growth, right? Not the end of the world. I don't think we're going to have a major recession, but we may have a slowdown that leads to a very short recession. That's a possibility. So, you know, if you're planning for your own self, your budget, and you're a business owner and you're thinking about forecasting for 2025, I think you should expect much slower growth in revenue in 2025, and you should be focusing on maybe cost control and being a little more frugal. It would just be prudent to take that approach. And if I'm wrong, great. If this economy grows faster than I'm saying, we can always adjust to better times quite easily, right?
It's now time for tonight's Financial Market Minute, brought to you by RF, your local investment bank. This has been your Financial Market Minute. To explore the best performing mutual funds in the Bahamas, visit our website at www.rfgroup.com.
Coming up in sports, we get a World Athletics update from Peru, and it's never too early for NBA schedule talk.
This year, skip the trip and shop.
As we mark this landmark achievement, I am reminded of the journey that brought us here, a journey characterized by vision, collaboration, perseverance, and not to be forgotten, some sleepless nights. We saw the potential for a sustainable future that could empower our local communities and set a benchmark in the global shift towards renewable energy. The Fairfield site stands as a beacon of potential that highlights what is achievable when we come together for a common cause. The energy produced here will not only power homes and businesses, but it will also power economic growth and provide a cleaner, more sustainable environment for future generations. Here's to a brighter, cleaner, and more sustainable future for all. Thank you.
Energy conservation is the decision and practice of using less energy. Energy efficiency means using less energy to perform the same task. Turning off lights when you leave a room. Unplugging appliances not in use. People conserve to gain more control over their energy bill and to reduce demand on the Earth's natural resources. Bahamas Power and Light Company Limited looks forward to helping our customers eliminate wasted energy. Take this journey with us as we build for better. BPL.
I love my EV. I am Generation E.
I am
Welcome to Our Sports, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. That's John Mark Nutt. Let's do show. Raw Talent Elite has helped several Bahamian players make major moves this offseason, both at the prep and the pro levels. Founded by national team veteran and pro player Keno Burrows, Raw Talent has been instrumental in facilitating a pipeline to the pros. This summer alone, Franco Miller Jr. and Garvin Clark are headed to the pro level in Spain, while Javez Colby and Whitfield Ching will continue their prep careers at Veritas Academy.
For all these other young, talented Bahamians coming out of college, we just helped Garvin Clark transition to Spain. Also Franco Miller. I had a hand in Franco Miller's transition from college to professional basketball in Spain, and it makes me proud to be able to assist them on that side, and also to be there for the mentor or the big brother when things go wrong, as they will no matter if the kid's going off to school or professional basketball, there's going to be highs and lows.
Raw Talent Elite also routinely participates in the BBF Summer of Thunder and the Bahama Hoops Summer League, giving its players additional exposure and opportunities against elite visiting talent.
Getting a chance to play against Division I teams in the summer and compete at that level, for one, the college guys get an opportunity to get film for their pro career, and the high school kids get to feel the level and also get the exposure that they need to one day hopefully make the transition to the United States.
The sprint hurdles and 200 meters headline the actions for Team Bahamas at the World Athletics Under-20 Championships in Lima, Peru. In the 110-meter hurdles, Taj Brown ran a time of 14.28 seconds, placing 5th in Heat 2 and 47th overall. In Heat 5, Tayshawn Robinson placed 9th with a time of 14.69 seconds, finished 61st overall in the event. In the 200-meter, Alexis Roberts ran a time of 24.82 seconds, placing 39th overall in the event. The NBA schedule was released for the upcoming season, and we take a look at the upcoming matchups with Bahamian national team players. On opening night, Buddy Hield will make his debut with the Golden State Warriors against DeAndre Ayton and the Portland Trail Blazers on October 23rd. Kai Jones and the new-look Los Angeles Clippers will face Hield and the Warriors on October 27th, followed by a matchup against the Trailblazers on October 30th. Aiden and the Blazers will host another Bahamian face in a new place when they take on Eric Gordon and the Philadelphia 76ers on December 30th. Hield will take on Gordon and his former team when the Warriors host the 76ers on January 2nd, with their second matchup on March 1st in Philadelphia. A busy month of March continues for Bahamians when Aiden and the Trailblazers host the 76ers on March 3rd and the Warriors on March 10th. The regular season concludes with back-to-back matchups for Hield against the Trailblazers on April 11th and finally against Jones and the Clippers on April 13th.
That'll do it for Our Sports. This is 10YS. So out of those games, how many are you going to this year?
Plenty.
Well, the people that signed the checks, they're watching. Back to the studio.
When our news comes back from the break, warm weather conditions in the capital on this Thursday. Greg is back with your extended weather forecast when our news returns.
Are you ready for the stormy season? Don't wait until the storm clouds gather. Contact the experts at Alive Business today and let us help you prepare for this hurricane season. For a limited time only, you can get 50% off our Bahamas Cloud, the ultimate solution to secure your data and communications, ensuring they're accessible even in the worst of weather conditions. Don't let the storm catch you off guard this season. Stay ahead of the game with Bahamas Cloud from Alive Business.
The journey to recovery is often a long one, laced with trials and triumphs, setbacks and successes. Tune into Our Voices, Echoes of Dorian, 5 years of resilience, as we continue the ongoing journey of recovery for Abaco and Grand Bahama. Tune in September 1st at 8 p.m. You don't want to miss it.
Grand Bahama is home to a unique economic arrangement, with that arrangement between government and the Grand Bahama Port Authority under scrutiny as tensions persist.
It's not our direct responsibility to carry out these other things that people think we should be doing.
We need this to be dealt with quicker than quicker and sooner than sooner.
I have a vision for Grand Bahama, and my vision's actually bigger than my grandfather's ever was.
Watch City in Focus, the story of Freeport with Italia Hall, starting August 7th only on RTV.
When hurricanes and emergencies strike, timely information can save lives. That's why Alive Business.
This is our news. Welcome back. We have quite a bit of activity going on right now. An upper level trough across the Bahamas generating some showers, but we'll take a look quick at the tropics. The National Hurricane Center still watching an area for some potential development, giving it about a 40% chance over the next 7 days for some development. It's going to be slow, but it's this area that we're watching in the central Atlantic. It's going to continue to move towards the west-northwest. Should be approaching the Leeward Islands by the end of the week into early next week, so it should get into our neck of the woods sometime next week. And this is a system that we will continue to monitor. Behind that, a very strong tropical wave coming off of Africa. That's another area that we will continue to watch. Of course, this being the peak of the season, activity starting to ramp up as we start to see those tropical waves come off the African coast. Taking a look at that system out there, a lot of disorganized showers associated with the first one. Second one, as I mentioned, very active, lots of showers, and it seems as though that one seems a little more organized. But as I mentioned, we will continue to watch that. Across area, upper level trough, generating some showers and thunderstorms. That will continue to be the trend tonight through tomorrow. So we're looking at some showers and thunderstorms that will likely continue into the end of the week and into the weekend. Taking a look at the tropics, this is basically what we'll be watching August 31st through September 3rd. That's the area that we're going to continue to watch. And once again, the tropics getting a little active right now. Future forecast showing some scattered showers and thunderstorms with that upper level system across us. That will continue to Friday, and then into Saturday, we're looking for more showers in the forecast. It's going to be a little bit of a soggy day across the northwest Bahamas, so umbrellas will likely be the name of the game. Boating conditions across the northwest Bahamas tonight to tomorrow. Your winds will be east to southeast, 10 to 15 knot seas running 2 to 4 feet. Low tide is at 12:03 in the morning. Your high tide takes place at 5:51 in the morning as well. Central and southeast Bahamas, caution flag in place for you guys. Easterly winds, 15 to 20 knots, seas running 4 to 6 feet over open waters. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In the extended forecast, with the upper level system in place, we're looking at showers and thunderstorms in the forecast Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, tapering off on Monday. And of course, those showers will become more isolated during the upcoming week, but temperatures will stay near the 90-degree mark during the daytime hours. That's a look at our weather. Make it a great night and stay safe, everybody.
All right, thanks so much, Greg, and thank you for joining us for our news tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Natalia Hall. We'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great evening.